Sunil Gavaskar joins us live on the program. And Sunil, first up, before we get into the nitty-gritties of the match, do you think that was the right call taken by Rohit Sharma to drop himself from the playing 11 in such a crucial test match of the series, in the middle of the series, something that's never happened in Indian cricket before?
Well, I think it was a decision that was obviously taken with the interest of the Indian team and taking the current form into account. So that was what Jasprit Bumrah also said, that he decided, the captain decided not to play because they used the word rested, which is, what is used in Indian cricket. But opting out was mainly because not just the last two test matches that he's played, but also because of what has happened in the earlier matches against New Zealand, where he wasn't scoring runs. So I think that's one of the reasons, the main reasons why he opted to leave himself out of the team.
Okay, no reason to doubt what Jasprit Bumrah said. This was indeed a decision taken by Rohit Sharma himself. But my question to you, Saiba, is I spoke to you a day before the match and I asked you, had you been in a situation like that, and you narrated that there were a few times while you were captain of the Indian team, you did find yourselves in situations where you may have been struggling for form or there were some injury issues, and you went up to the team manager or the senior players within the team and asked them that, listen, I'm having these doubts about playing this game. I don't know whether I deserve to be part of the playing 11. And you said every time you got a response from the manager / coach and the senior players ensured that you played, even though you had self-doubts. Is it then fair to assume that while Rohit may have doubted his own form, he would have definitely gone to a coach, he would have definitely gone to some senior players, maybe even the chairman of selectors who's present in Australia, and he did not get that vote of confidence from them, and that's why he decided not to play himself?
I don't know. I mean, this is a question that I really can't answer because every individual is different. Every individual, will have his own way of dealing with situations. So really, this is something that we're talking about more than a generation gap as well in the kind of thinking that goes along. So. This is difficult for me to answer. I think this is a question best answered by the names that you've taken.
Okay, fair point. This question needs to be answered by the other parties involved. But I'll ask you the similar question in a different way. If you were the current coach of the Indian team, and I'm just talking about this specific scenario, the form that Rohit Sharma comes with at the moment, not great as you had mentioned too. And Rohit Sharma approaches you on the eve of this Sydney test match. You are the coach and says that, listen, I'm having doubts and I think I best sit out for the balance of the team. What would be your advice to a current Rohit Sharma?
But again, I would ask him to come back to me the next day. I would ask him to sleep over it and come back to me the next day. Because at the end of the day, the team is the captain's team. And so the captain has to decide what's the best combination. And if the captain decides that the best combination can be without him, then you let the captain take that call.
Okay, what do you think is the long-term outlook, Sahib? What do you think the future holds for Rohit Sharma, the test cricketer?
Again, it's a call that he will have to make. My feeling is that because the new World Test Championship cycle starts from June, July, with the series in England, there are no test matches now between the end of this test match and that test match. And if India do not qualify for the World Test Championship final, then I think the selection committee will want to look not just at Rohit Sharma, but at some others for who they might be saying, look, are they going to be available for the 2027 World Test Championship final in case India does well again in the next 2 years? So that will be the Indian selection committee's thinking, or that should be the Indian selection committee's thinking. And so I think maybe Rohit Sharma, being 38 years old, might not be fitting into their plans because he'll be 40 years there.
Okay, fair point, Saimai, as you mentioned, very valid at that. that maybe now, moving forward, you'd have to look at the team selection as well as the captain selection based on who could be playing the 2027 WTC cycle. So with that in mind, if that's the ideal scenario for Indian cricket, with that in mind, who do you think is the best candidate then at the moment to lead this Indian team into the next WTC cycle, the next captain?
Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah is shown in Perth. Jasprit Bumrah, he's got this opportunity to show here again in this Test match what he's made of as a captain, and he would be the next best option.